Hey, my name's Steve, and welcome to my first restoration video. This is Talking Crissy. She's from 1972. She's actually cool because you can make her hair long or make my hair short. She also says a bunch of other things, but these dolls were pretty popular through like 1969 through probably about 1975. They came in a bunch of different versions. There were ones that like moved, there were ones that talked, but the cool thing with this doll is that with a press of a button on the front, you can pull her hair out, and with a twirl the knob on the back, you can make it short. So they were built to last, which is good, and according to the commercial, which I'll show you in a second, Crissy has beautiful hair that grows and grows. Unfortunately, this one has succumbed to time and a little bit of neglect. But the good thing about these figures is they can be restored. Perfect example is this gal here. She wasn't quite as bad as this one, and she came out really nice. Like, her hair is pretty good for one that was, not so well kept. They're fun figures. Like I said, they were built to last, and I gotta give credit to a really sweet lady who sold me this particular figure. It came from her mom's collection. Her mom passed away. She didn't have the heart to just donate it or throw it away. She reached out to me in a group I'm on and asked if I'd be interested in purchasing her and another one because she wanted them to go to a good home and somebody that would look after it, possibly restore it, and kind of let it live on for her mom. So it has a very sweet sentiment to it, and that's kind of why I'm a little partial to this figure, and I really want to make her look good. So let's look at the commercial for Crissy and her beautiful hair that grows and grows and can be short again. Pretty cool, and they're a really cool figure. So let's look at the commercial, and when we come back, I'm going to do a little bit of a close-up of this figure so you can see what I'm dealing with, and then I'll walk you through the steps to get her from this to this.
Everyone knows that beautiful hair makes a girl look beautiful.
Beautiful Crissy has beautiful hair that grows.
This is beautiful Crissy, the doll with beautiful hair that grows right down to her toes. Ooh. Turn the knob and her hair is shorter. Press her tummy and you can make her hair grow and grow and grow right down to her toes. You'll love to brush it and brush it.
She has beautiful hair. She has beautiful eyes. She has beautiful clothes.
Beautiful Crissy comes in this beautiful dress. But you can get all these other beautiful clothes for her too, and style her hair to go with them.
Beautiful Crissy has beautiful hair that grows.
Beautiful Crissy. She's ideal.
So this is the gal I'm going to be working on up close and personal. As you can see, like, her face is in really nice shape. Like, she looks great, but that hair, hey, it's just a little bit of a frizzy mess. Looking at the back here, let me just get this right here. The cool thing about this particular one is that she's got this weird little Carol Brady thing going on, which is kind of awesome, because these dolls generally have just like a bob cut in the back. So she's got this weird little cool long thing happening, and I can't wait to see how that looks when she's done, because it's going to make whatever her short hairstyles are going to look super cool, because she's got this long thing going on in the back. Anyway, as you can see, yeah, frizz, 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 frizz. Anywho, let's get to restoring. Okay, so the only ingredients you're going to actually need for these magical makeovers is, what I like to use is the Dove Intensive Repair Conditioner. Let me focus in on that. Stuff is awesome. It does exactly what it says it's supposed to do. It intensively repairs. You're going to need your trusty comb again, and you're going to need some boiling water. That's the magic trick here. A lot of people are scared to use boiling water on a lot of dolls' hair, but it works perfectly on these dolls, so don't worry. It's not going to melt and freeze like a lot of other ones do. Like I said, these things were made to last, and boiling water turns out to be this particular figure's best friend. So here she is. She's about to hit the spar, and be right back. Okay, so our first step is to actually get this brushed out, and basically what you got to do, I use a kind of white because it's a little beat up, but it does the trick. Basically start at the bottom. If you can, maybe pull it apart a little bit, like try and get whatever is kind of tangled and holding it all sort of together as a mess. Just kind of get that out. This is something that you're going to have to kind of experiment with yourself. But I figure if you start at the bottom, work your way up. So basically what you can see, what we've got after brushing it out is we've got kind of a frizzy remnants of what it was once a braid. But as you can see, her hair really hasn't been cut, which is pretty awesome because it's going to style really well. Bangs are good. Top hair's good. Again, just a little frizzy, but you get the gist, right? Like, you can see where she's going to end up. Okay, so here we are at the spa. Basically, what we're going to start off with is some just regular hot water. I'm going to wet this. One thing I did actually forget to mention earlier was, and you can do this if you want, and not always necessarily, but because these gals have kind of not been well liked in a while, just give them a wash with something gentle. You can use like Dove, any kind of gentle shampoo. I'm using the baby shampoo here. You can see there. Just get it nice and clean. Because she's a talker, I'm not going to get the body wet, only because I don't want to screw up any of the mechanisms. Although these are actually, they run off like a pianola kind of thing, where you've got this record that's between two things that go back and forth, and the little needle goes on it, so you can't really destroy it, but I just think it's better if you have a figure with mechanisms, not to be too liberal with the water. One thing I also use is a magic eraser. These things are really good. Like you can see your head's a little dirty. Just a very gentle rub with the magic eraser. Give them the ears there. Oh, they're actually a little dirty. These things act like a little bit of a sandpaper, so you got to be really careful with them. Don't rub too hard. Give it a little bit of a nice wipe down. Can't hurt, right? So yeah, got that. Hair's all clean. So next thing, our Dove Intensive Repair Conditioner. You take a generous helping of that. Just massage it in. Get it all over the hair. This stuff is really awesome. I think that giant one costs maybe $10, but it lasts forever, and you can get quite a lot of restorations out of one giant container. We're going to work that into the ends here as well. Let's get it nice and saturated. You can already feel the difference. That's the cool thing about this stuff. And what I like to do here is just comb it through. Just very gently get it through to all the ends. Now the big bad fun part. Again, starting at the ends, we're going to work this stuff through the ends here. Again, it's a little bit of an effort to get this worked through, but it's going to be the last time you have to fight with this hair, because it's going to be silky smooth and pretty much like the day she came off the assembly line. So just for good measure, I'm going to add another measure of the conditioner to it. You don't have to do this, but it is not the frizzy mess it was 10 minutes ago. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to leave this in here for a little while, maybe like a half hour, an hour maybe, just to let it absorb and let it work its magic. You can already see there her hair went from being sort of up to here. Sorry. You can see her hair went from being kind of like to here. Now it's all the way down her knees, which is pretty cool. So let's let the Dove Intensive Repair Conditioner do its thing, and we'll pick her up in about a half hour. So it's been about half hour. Dove Intensive Repair Conditioner has done its intensive repairing. As you can see, it's a lot different from the frizzy mess that started out as. Anyway, so here we go. So what we're going to do now is we're going to start in the ponytail. We're going to take our boiling water, and we're just going to start at the ends. So I'm going to pour that over there, like so, and then slowly work our way up. And then we're going to take some just regular hot water. Just give that a good rinse to get all the conditioner out. Doesn't matter if some stays in, it's not going to hurt it. Anything is going to keep on conditioning. But look at that difference there. Wow. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to face her that way into the sink, and I'm going to use the rest of the boiling water to just lay the top hair down and put it in the direction that I want it to go in. And I want it to go forward because I want it to sit flat against her head. So that's all we're doing here. We're kind of melting that hair back down to get it nice and soft and flat and looking like it did when it came out of the factory. Be careful not to pour the boiling water on yourself, which I've done many times, and it hurts. Just FYI. Okay, so we've got her to that. Now, with these girls, they generally have like a side part. Most of them do anyhow. So the side part's kind of designed to hide some of the top hair, maybe flaws or whatever manufacturing. They didn't really spend a lot of time getting these 100% perfect in the factory. So you're going to get little ends and stuff like that that don't really belong anyplace, but it gives you the idea. So what I'm doing is I'm actually putting it all down so it sits nice and flat. And one thing you can do here, which I like to do, you just need a piece of plastic. You can do it with a piece of tape, actually. It's just make a circle. It's about the same size as the doll's head. This is actually really good for helping to style it. So you just put that on, put it down, kind of work it into the place you want it to be. Well, actually, what you might want to do before you do that, sorry, is take this off again. Maybe just dry it off a bit. I forgot that step. Not a big deal, but it just helps to get the hair to dry faster. So basically, yeah, we're just going to run that through. We're going to rub it too hard. We're going to keep the hair as flat as we can on the top. Just absorb some of the water. Get those bangs going in the direction we want them to. And get it nice and flat. I'm going to put our tape band back on to hold it in place. And there we have it. Although this one's still a little frizzy on the ends. So you can just add a little more boiling water to that. You might want to actually do a second run of the boiling water if the hair's still a little frizzy on the ends, but this is 100% improvement on what we started out with. Believe me, I can feel it already. Soft. It's going to be real shiny. And it's been about 12 hours. I let Crissy dry, and so now we're going to look at what we have created. And here she is. Quite an improvement from the frizzy mess she was before. Turn her around. Hair is soft, shiny, movable. Pretty overall good transformation, I would say. And when I was talking about earlier about that little Carol Brady thing, I've never seen this on one of these before. Super cool, actually. But if we lift her hair up, she actually has this little shag thing going on in the back, which is kind of super cool because, like I said, I haven't seen one of these before. But there she is. So for a 20-something, 23-year-old, 23-year-old figure, she's looking pretty good. And you can restore them, as you've seen. So good luck with restoring yours. You know, they're there to be remembered, and this particular figure was such a huge pop culture phenomenon back in the 70s. They deserve to live on. So happy restorations. I hope you enjoy what you're doing, and take care.